go. We'll start at the very beginning here. And the first thing you're going to want to do when you're setting up BraneBot is you're going to go to the off screen and go to account. And on the account is where you set up your PayPal information. You're also going to get your BraneBot affiliate URL here. We're going to be getting the URL, I'm sorry, the affiliate program kicked off soon. When we do get it kicked off, it's been recording all of you guys' affiliates all along, so we'll do that as well too. Here you can set up whether or not what you're going to say when somebody donates to you or tips to you. Here we also have this me option. Some people like the bot to write out stuff in colored text. If you don't want the colored text, you can turn that off here. So here's your this is general settings, and then your bot settings are here. Some people want to leave the bot called BraneBot. Other people that they don't want that. They want to call it their own name. If you want to call it your own bot name, you're going to have to go to Twitch, make an account, whatever you want to call it, BubbleBot. You go to Twitch, make a BubbleBot account. You're going to log into BubbleBot's account. You're going to come back here to BraneBot. Make sure you leave this page open. You hit register bot. It'll then do an OAuth and say, do you want to link this with BraneBot? You say yes. You're then going to log out of BubbleBot, log back into your main BraneBot account, and it should be linked. And then from that point on, your chat bot will be called BubbleBot or whatever you're going to call it. You can call it Nightbot if you want. Sorry.
Just real quick, Domo, just make sure you do not click the integration tab, unfortunately.
All right, integration tab. We have some integrations. I can't click on it to show you the integration. Let me pull it off the screen here for a second. Your Dropbox integration is how you can get text on the screen. And also there's the Gamewisp integration, because we're now integrated with Gamewisp. So if you want, if somebody subscribes to you with Gamewisp and you want that subscription to show up on the screen, then there you go. This is your subscription. If you would like to subscribe, it has in here, if you want to subscribe in bigger chunks or smaller chunks, you can, and then you can pay with PayPal or credit card. Some people, they don't trust PayPal at all. They feel nervous about using it. So you can actually pay with a credit card. The payment processor is still PayPal, but it's done through your credit card company, and you don't ever see the PayPal integration there. I want to let everybody know that we, BraneBot, we do not keep any information from your credit card. So if you do choose to use the PayPal, obviously we're not going to have any credit card information, but if you do choose credit card, that information goes directly to PayPal, and then PayPal comes back with an authorization, say it was authorized, and then that's it. We don't ever see the credit card information. So that is how you get your account basically set up. The next thing you're going to want to set up are some commands, probably. I have millions and millions of commands, it seems like. Very, very simple to set one up. You just go to add command. You're going to call the command whatever. It can have a punctuation in the beginning. It could be dot code or exclamation point command, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. And then the dot, any punctuation that goes in front is there to help separate it out from normal chat. So if you made the command puppy, right, without any kind of punctuation in front, if somebody was just typing along, it in theory could set the command off. And so that's why most people put something like a exclamation point or a hashtag or something like that in front. So we'll make ours hashtag test, and the output is going to be, this is a test. And then of course these are just your permissions on the bottom. You can allow nobody to use it, or it could be only moderators can use it if you want to turn that on, or only subscribers and moderators, or this could be non-followers, followers, and everybody can use it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes. Those of you who are in chat can type in hashtag test, and you'll see it go. Okay, so that's how you set up a command. The next thing is auto commands. So we just did, this is the patch that just came out today is 1.2.0.0. And what you do here with the auto commands is this is all alphabetical. And so the one we just did was test, right? So you just come down here and you'll see what's under hashtag test right there. Parameters is mostly used for games. So if you have a game, like we have Roulette as an example, and you want the Roulette to run for 15 minutes before it spins the wheel, or you want it to run for 60 minutes or 120 minutes, whatever, you can put that in here. You put 120. And what that means is it will say, now taking bets for Roulette, and the Roulette will run for 120 minutes. Probably won't want to do that, so we'll say 5 if we're doing a game, and then that'll be the Roulette wheel will be open for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes the betting is over. It's done. This right here is the OR statement. Now, can you tell everybody what changes you made, Stringman, with the chat count and the minutes?
Yeah, so the biggest issue is trying to get people to output the commands in a way that they wanted that wasn't spammy, but wanted to be triggered only at certain times, etc. So right now it's basically an OR statement. So if you put in 10 chat lines or 5 minutes, whatever happens first, it'll trigger. But the problem is people kind of wanted like random commands to go off. So here's the big change. If you leave the chat count at 0, and you put in multiple auto commands with the same time, when that time goes off, it'll pick one at random. So as an example, let's say I have 3 commands. One is a Twitter advertisement, one's a YouTube, one's Twitch. If I make them all 10 minutes, when 10 minutes goes by, it'll see those 3 commands all have a 10-minute timer, and it'll pick one of those 3 at random. Right? So it's a great way to just kind of randomize your output to keep it from spamming too much.
Is that better, Obrek? All right, so right now, an example here is I've got test. You're saying I could have test 1, test 2, test 3, and I would just leave the chat count in minutes at 0?
No, make them all 10.
Okay.
Chat count 0. I'm sorry, yes, chat count 0. And like minutes like 10, for instance, and it'll pick one of them in 10 minutes.
I see. So if I have test 1, test 2, test 3, at 10 minutes, I play them all at 10 minutes. At 10-minute interval, it'll just pick one of those 3 randomly to shoot out.
Exactly. So that basically by putting them in the same minute count, it kind of makes them as like a group, and it picks one from the group.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I never had the problems that a lot of the other people were, but now I see what they were trying to do, and so okay, that makes a lot more sense. All right, so that's the auto commands, how that works, and of course we have offline and online. That's important for some people. When my channel, when I'm not streaming, I have Roulette running in the background. It just sits there and chugs away. When I'm offline, I want that to happen, but when I'm online, maybe I don't want it to do that often. So I can say that Roulette is only for offline, and when I'm online, I can turn it off. If it said Roulette up here. All right. Some inline help menus in these menus would be dandy. Yeah, well, we'll get to those. We got to get little question marks up here.
Yeah, the little question marks is something I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
Or at least a link to the relevant support page.
That's the thing. As a matter of fact, that's a really good thing you brought up. And we'll be referring back to that at some point as well. We have a new support site that we did not have the last time we did this tutorial. And it's super easy to get to. It's just support.brainbot.com. And we have all of our current changelog in there. Orbrak is writing these up really nice little changelogs every time we do updates. Also, things like how to play roulette is in there. Most of the things are in there. There's still some stuff that's missing, but we're working at getting that more robust kind of thing. But that's right here. And you can also contact support from here. So if you don't see something in here, like I can't figure out how to do this, I'm on the support page, I can't figure it out. You click on this button here and you can write a message directly to support from here.
And if there's any issues with the support site, contact Orbrak, because he's in charge of it.
Yep, Orbrak is the support guy. So, all right, next thing is currency. Wait. So we went through, we have account, commands, and auto commands. Now we're going to go to currency. Currency is pretty simple. There is, you call it whatever you want. Some people I call mine XP. That's the default for most people. You can call it gold or coins or dollars, whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. It's just the channel currency name. Now this is brand new. This is with the patch today. We now have sub reward and follow reward. So right now, some people say, you know what? When somebody subscribes, I'd love to give them like 1,000 XP. Well, then you can do that. You just type in sub reward and you put 1,000. And then if somebody follows you, so if they're a brand new follower, I'd like to give them 50 XP so they can buy some songs on the Jukebox because they just followed. You can turn that on there, and that's how you get that to them. The next thing is mod edit. This allows your mods to edit the currency. Now, we do have something coming up. We have the ability. We're going to be opening up a store before too long. We've talked about this a long time ago. It was on our mock-ups for a while, so it's not like anything completely unheard of that I'm telling you now. But it's probably going to be coming in within the next end of the month here. In first iteration, it probably won't be able to buy anything with currency, but at some point, people will be able to purchase things with currency. So we want to make sure that it's secure for you guys. We don't want somebody going, oh yeah, turn on, people can buy t-shirts with currency, and oops, I left my mods ability to edit and they went crazy and gave everybody 1 million currency. Now I have to pay for 300,000 shirts. So we're gonna figure out a good secure way to do this. Obviously you trust your mods anyway, but I'm saying, we have to make sure that all this works out. Check currency in chat just means that they can check it on this in the chat, like they can type in !XP, it'll tell them how much XP they have. But we also have one other place, which I haven't really talked about yet. If you are the streamer, yours is going to be brainbot.com/console/viewer and then your name. Regular viewers will be able to go to brainbot.com, your name. So if you try to go there, it's going to be your dashboard. Over here is where they can check all their statistics. So they click on the statistics tab, and let me see. I'm going to minimize this screen so we're not seeing that twice. You can see how many hours you've watched. Now, I'm not I can't follow myself. So how about let's go to tangent here. Give it a second. So because I can't follow myself, I don't get any of the data. You can't follow yourself on Twitter or Twitch. I mean, anyway. So right here, I'm on Tangent's page. It says I've watched him 2,814 hours. I've done 21,000 lines of chat, and I have this much currency for him. How many months I've been subscribed to him. Blah, 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 blah. So there's also other things you can do over here, too. Is the shops here? Okay, coming soon. We don't have it up yet. Okay, but that's where it's going to be. Anyway, so that's where people can check their currency. So if over here you have currency check in chat turned off, if they typed in !XP in my chat, it would tell them, hey, go to the viewer portal and check your statistics over there instead. And that's where they would check it. Prestige message, currency message, rank message. You can customize all of these messages if you want to allow people to check their ranks or their currency or their prestige. And you can test it here in chat. Geekdom has 1,000 XP watched, 4 hours and 40 minutes. Your rank is Protozoa. And we'll talk about the ranks in just a few moments. All right, so that's how you set up your currency. Easy peasy. There's your online settings. This is the interval of it comes out. Every 5 minutes, I will give my subs 5 XP, and I'll give my non-subs 2. That's the bonus for them being subs. Then there's multipliers on top of that. We'll talk about those in a little bit. And then the offline settings. Every 30 minutes, I'll give my subs 3 and give my non-subs 1. And then finally, the manage is your currency gets completely out of whack. You have no idea why, but it's just flipping out. Everyone's got 400 million XP or currency, whatever. You can hit 0 currency and there's no going back. After you zero it out, everybody starts out with 0. They don't lose their time. Their time never gets erased. That's always safe, but their currency gets zeroed. So that way, if your economy was cranked up too high or something for too long, you can reset it. All right, viewers. What this viewers tab is you can sort through every viewer that's ever been on your channel. I have 156,591 people who have stopped by. That doesn't mean they're followers. Just means that they've, at one point in their existence on Twitch, have decided to stop by. What this page is also used for is the viewer portal. Go back to my page here. The viewer portal allows mods to be able to control things with the admin panel here. The mods to be back here to do admins, like they can play songs from the jukebox, they can run giveaways, they can do commands, quotes, polls, they can edit the viewers, they can also do betting. All that stuff they can run from back here. To be able to run the mod mode stuff for the viewer portal, regular viewers, by the way, will not see this, so don't panic. They won't be able to change your stuff. That's only if they're mods. And how that gets enabled is you will come in here, you flip on the person to be a moderator up at the top of the table. It'll come up with the true here. And matter of fact, let's show a few more entries because it's a little bit, there you go, a little bit too condensed there. Well, if you see their moderators, like Geek Boy Sean, I don't know why, but he's set as a moderator, but he's not whitelisted. You click on Edit, and then you turn whitelisting on and hit Save. Now, when Geek Boy Sean were to go to the viewer portal, he will see this mod mode down here under Admin, and he will be able to edit this. Now, I was saying this earlier, and we're going to probably trim that part of the tutorial off, so I'll mention it again. This is for Plus users and above, and some people will be like, well, wait, I want my mods to be able to do this. Plus is the two main types of BraneBot we have right now. We have BraneBot Basic, which is free. It does not come with mod mode, and our thinking on this is that the basic version is meant for small streamers, people that are just starting out. They really aren't investing that much into their stream, or they don't really have much time to stream, so maybe they only have a few viewers, and maybe they only have 1 or 2 mods. So BraneBot Plus and higher are meant for professional streamers, people who have larger audiences, so they can they're going to have a lot more control over the back end of what's going on. If you only have 5 viewers and only one person said something in chat in the past 25 minutes, it's probably not there. You're probably not going to need some kind of heavy duty back end like this. And so that's why we put it on the free version. Doesn't have this, but if you step up to the Plus, then it has this. We've gotten some questions about why did we do that? How come mods don't get this ability on the free version? And that is the reason, because free version is meant for the smaller streamers. Does the commands tab, the commands, yeah, I believe all of this stuff, the main, the giveaway, the commands, the quotes, the polls, the viewers, and betting are all behind the Plus on admin. Unless streaming, is it different? Do they at least have commands? I don't think they do.
No, if you're not whitelisted, you don't see this at all. Where it says admin, what happens is if somebody's not whitelisted, where it says admin, they'll see info. So they can see the commands and quotes if somebody wants to take a look and see what commands are available.
Oh, that's
now,
right.
It'll only show the commands that they can get, and it shows all the quotes. People, they ask about what quotes there are. If you do not have the Plus version, basically, nobody's whitelisted, right? So if you don't have Plus,
you don't have the edit buttons.
Here, you just see the info.
Right.
Right. See it like a normal user.
You don't see the edit buttons, basically, edit and delete. But you can see the commands. You can look at them.
Yes.
You just can't edit them. Yeah. So there you go. All right. So that's how you set a person to be whitelisted up here. So if they are whitelisted and say, you want to keep them as a mod, but you don't really trust them, you just click on whitelisted off, hit save, and then when they come back here, they'll be able to see the commands, but they won't be able to edit them like we're saying. All right. Next thing, ranks. I'm sorry, I am going through this kind of quick, but we do want to try to keep this around an hour, and I want to kind of show people quickly how to set this up, so they can skip ahead on the video if they want to watch it later. All right, so these are the ranks, the ranked 1 through 20, and some people are saying they want to see a lot more ranks. Right now, I think 20 is what we're going to stick with for right now, and it's an exponential growth. So to go from rank 1 to 2 is 2 hours, rank 2 to 3 is 4, and then it's just exponential. So to get to rank 20, it's 1,500 hours. Now, what I did is I went through and I named the names. I gave them cute little names like Protozoa or Worm or Frog, like they're evolving. And then I put the number at the end. Normally, it doesn't say the number, but somebody's like, well, how much higher is Frog than Worm? Well, Frog is rank 3 and Worm is rank 2, so you're only 1 step above. Or how much higher is Tribal Scout than Frog? So Frog is rank 3 and Tribal Scout is, rank 8. So it's 5 steps above. Anyway, so that's, and you can turn the ranks on or off. And so when somebody does XP in the chat, exclamation point XP, which is my currency, and they type in exclamation point XP in the chat, then it will give them how much XP they have, and it'll also tell them their rank. Some people like the ranks. People like the, they used up all their XP because they gambled it all away, and now it makes it look, this way it can show that, well, I'm broke, but I'm way much higher than you are in the ranking system. So some people did, see, that's why we're going over all this stuff. Artemal just said he didn't even realize this was here. That's why we're trying to cover all this stuff so people can see it. All right, quotes. Quotes are a lot of fun. In chat, you can, mods can add them. And if you type in just exclamation point quotes in chat with nothing after it, it just spits out a random quote. And if you type in exclamation point quotes space and then a number, like 19, it'll spit out that quote and give the date that quote was recorded on. So that's the quote's pretty simple. Jukebox. All right, so we've been working on Jukebox really hard.
Yeah, actually, that's an issue with certain playlists that I'm working on.
Okay.
That have an issue that I'm trying to get through that.
That's all right. We'll just type in metal. Okay, and so if you want, let's just forget the playlisting because it might be lagging out because of that. So what we'll do is we're just going to grab Adele, Hello, Metal Cover. Okay, click on it. Turn this off, and then all you do is you add song to playlist, and it adds it in, and then you go down the list and go add this one to playlist. Now let's talk about the about this. When it used to be in the past, now we've had several people have said, "Hey, we really, really want you to use Command X to make our playlist play, or we want you to use Command Y to make the song play." We're not doing that because first off, we're our own bot. And second off is we don't feel that their commands leave enough there's enough variables. And so ours is called !song. And then after song, it's things like song add, song remove, song play, song skip. So you only have this short little word song, and then you can add more power for it at the end. Now, we just changed song add. It used to be song add, then you had to put a space, and then you had to put what was after V equals. So it used to be a song, ! song add, and then skip a space, and then put V equals, whatever the V equals was, the number at the strange little number at the end of YouTube. And that was confusing everybody. Nobody could figure it out. So today's patch, brand new, you can now type in ! song add, and then space, and then pop the URL in, and it'll read the entire URL. So very exciting. So many people have been asking for that, and Stringman put that in today's patch. So very excited about that. Now, what does this stuff do here? The Jukebox enabled. Obviously, I have it turned off right now. I don't want people playing music while we're doing our tutorial, so I turned it off. You can purchase songs on mine for 5 XP, maximum of 4 songs per user. Next thing is open play means that you're allowing people to buy songs. If I'm playing a game that's sort of set in a theme, I don't want people playing punk music when I'm playing a 1940s style game. It breaks the immersion kind of thing. So I might want to turn open play off and make my own playlist and just play stuff that I want to listen to. If you have open play on, that means people can request songs. Shuffle, if you're doing open play being on, turn shuffle off, because shuffle shuffles all the songs. And so if people come in and they buy a song, and the next person buys a song, they think they're next. And if you have shuffle turned on, it's going to shuffle however many songs are in the queue, and that could be forever. Block duplicates basically keeps people from, 10 people putting in a Rickroll song. So it blocks that. Thumbnail and title, that's for if you want to display it on the screen, and we'll do that in a little bit. I'll show you how we're going to do that. All right. That is a little bit of the Jukebox. Chat alerts. You can set this up for followers, subscribers, resubscribers, donators or tippers, hosts, Gamewisp subscribers, and Gamewisp resubscribers. You can also enable a follow alert here, or turn it off in the chat here. So you can turn it on or off. Now, we've had in the past people said, hey, I want to be able to get alerts, but I don't want anything flashy going up on the screen. How can I do that? Well, this puts it in the chat. So you can either have both of them going. I quite often do, especially a really good example is I'm doing a heavy, intense game. I'm paying a lot of attention, and I'm watching the screen, and all of a sudden I hear an alert goes off that somebody just followed. Right? I can't pay attention because I'm doing some really hard spot. I could then just look back in the chat and scroll back, and I can see all the people that just followed or donated or whatever. And I can read the whole message. So sometimes the chat message is nice. Some people say it's a little spammy. I kind of like it, unless the channel has a lot of people in it. If there's 1,000 people in my channel, I'll turn off the follow alerts because it just does get too spammy if there's a lot of people following. If not, it is nice to go back and read that again. All right. Next thing is chat spam. This is pretty standard. You can allow hyperlinks. So if you want your people who subscribe to you or who have tipped a certain amount, you can allow them to post a link. That's what allow subs mean. If you have that turned off, then even subs can't do it. But turning that on, or you can have it by rank. So remember the ranks we had back here? Right now I have it set to where if somebody is at least rank 10, Tribal Warrior, they've watched me 240 hours. From that point on, even if they're not a subscriber, they can't afford to subscribe to me, they can still post a link, because by then I pretty much trust that, they're good. They're good. If it gets too bad and too abusive, I can always turn that off. So you turn that on right there. Same thing with symbols. That's mostly for people, putting in not just emotes. It could just be random symbols like exclamation points, like 500 exclamation points, or they're trying to draw ASCII art. You want to make sure that they don't draw ASCII art. You just click that filter there and it just turns off the ASCII art. So there, and they can also allow your subs to do that. All right. Next thing real quick, documentation. Once again, just want to pipe in here that's where you get support.brainbot.com. That's where you get all your documentation. More stuff is being added all the time. Orbrak is running this site now, so he's adding things as he goes. Let's see. We'll turn that off. That's it for the off-screen stuff. Next thing is monetize. This is Prestige. Prestige, we have 4 Prestige levels. This we made a long time ago, and it was independent of our Gamewisp integration, but now it actually is also integrated with Gamewisp. So how this works is our Gamewisp integration is, now I've integrated with Gamewisp, and I have 4 tiers on Gamewisp. What I can do, it sounds kind of convoluted, but it's really a nice little thing. You can name it what you want. You can call them Prestige level. The first level one is Tribe Mate. Multiplier is ×1. So this is for anybody who's a regular, who has donated $5. They don't have to be a subscriber, but it treats them as a subscriber. Okay. So you have a viewer who hates Twitch, for whatever reason, hates Twitch, hates the fact that Twitch takes money from you as a partner and wants to give you $5 donation, and they don't want to be a subscriber. What this does is for all intents and purposes, other than the emotes, every person who has donated $5 or more gets treated as a subscriber, and they get to enter subscriber-only giveaways, subscriber-only raffles. They get to post links if they want. So they get treated as a sub from the bot side. As far as being treated as an actual sub from Twitch, they're not, of course, but everything else is still there. So that is one nice way you can set that up. And then you can also make it to where it all lines up with Gamewisp. So I have Gamewisp Tier 1 that is at the same price. So if somebody either goes through Gamewisp and subscribes to me on Gamewisp or just donates $5 here, either way, that gets treated as the same tier, and people get treated as a sub, and you can give them a name and a rank and all that. Sounds a little bit complicated, convoluted. It really isn't. It's just you got to sort of set your system up how you want it. This is something people had been asking for once we had Gamewisp integration, is could we integrate it with our Prestige level? And so there you go. And so the Prestige levels go up and you get XP. People can buy it with XP. They don't even have to spend real money. That's one thing I forgot to mention down here. If they have 10,000 of my XP, they can actually buy this for a month. And you can also give little messages when people join the channels and stuff. Some people don't like that, which is understandable, but some people like that kind of stuff. And so they can actually buy it with just currency. So you have a really loyal viewer who watches your show every single day, can't afford to subscribe at all or donate. So they just watch, they get a certain amount of XP saved up, and they can buy a rank for that month and do it again the next month. Okay. And how that is done is Silversphere just did it. You can type in ! Prestige space level up in chat. They can do it themselves. And if they have enough XP, they can level up to the next Prestige level on their own. You don't even have to do it for them. All right, so that is that. Now we get into games and also the on-screen events and alerts and stuff like that. So we'll kind of scoot through this quickly-ish. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move this off the screen. How about while I'm getting this thing sorted, would you like to explain to them about the new API system and what it is and what it's all about? We'll give examples of how to install it in a minute, but it'll give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
What is the API?
The API, yeah. So the API, which is part of our Plus or subscription plan, what it basically does is it maintains a persistent connection to our server and sends events, right? So, for instance, if you wanted to make a custom follow alert, like, your program, JavaScript, CSS, you really want to go crazy because, some of the other alert systems, they let you put custom CSS in there, but if you want to do custom JavaScript, you're out of luck, right? Well, BraneBot in those situations acts as a little bit like a proxy, right? So we actually have our own follow alerts. But what you can do is you can take some of our sample code and you will receive the follow alert. So you can get the alert, write your own JavaScript, CSS, add that as a browser source in your streaming software like OBS, and boom, you've got your own follow alert. This allows for a lot of cool stuff. So, for instance, you can also send commands back, right? So you can send a chat command. So actually export something as chat. You can actually have it set up to edit somebody's points. And you can also have it set up to receive commands, right? So using this system, for instance, you could very quickly write up a little GIF bot. So you can set a command to go across, and you can have your JavaScript actually show whatever image you want and take away points, reply back in chat, everything. This makes it really fast to do custom stuff. What we're going to be doing soon is setting up a page where people can upload these, and we're going to call them mods. And if there's a mod that you like, it takes 2 seconds to set it up. You just grab your token, put it in there, and do the browser source, point it to the file, and you're up and running. This is definitely targeted towards programmers and people who know CSS, but again, we want to put up a bunch of examples so anybody can just grab one and do it. So, for example, one of the things Domo showed real quick on his Twitter feed on their account settings, we're now working with Twitter to send out streaming tweets. So, for instance, through the API, it'll send you the tweets that you filter on, right? And you could do points. So you could say, hey, anybody who mentions Geek Domo with a hashtag going live, they could get 10 points each automatically. You could easily write that with the JavaScript. So, Octaneer, obviously you're a programmer. You could do your JavaScript, CSS, everything. Now, obviously, you could write your own program to get the follow alert subs, etc. But since we act as a proxy, you don't have to do any of that work. Because a lot of people, especially programmers, will go, on the GitHub, get some free bot software, set up their own little bot, and do all the work. And you're basically repeating the same work everybody has done. Here, we're a platform where 2 minutes, you get the follow alert, and you can do whatever you want with it, and be up and running super quick. I actually wrote a couple of silly little things. Orbrek wrote a death counter, and I wrote it in 10 minutes. Had it up and running, boom, good to go. What we're hoping in the future is, as we look at the mods, people put them up, and the mods that people really like, we tweak them, we check them out, and if they look good, we'll actually build them into the bot, so everybody could use them easily. So we're going to use this as a way for the community to help us build features out and figure out what people want, what people need, without us having to build the whole thing out just to find out that, not that many people actually in the end wanted to use it. Cool. Yes, it is JS Arthmail. It is JS.
No big deal. All right, so I got this. I got it to work, I guess. We'll see. We're gonna do one in a minute. I'll show you how to do more of a custom one. But this one, we're on screen right now, and you got events, alerts, polls, and spinner. Let's go to alerts real quick. I'm gonna pull this off to the side because I don't want my URL to go on the screen. Oops. So we're going to add a new browser source, and we're going to call this one alerts, like that. Let's see, grab this here. Okay. All right, and now, in theory, it should work good. Hit test. There we go. All right, so how I did that was, all you do is you click on down here, you'll have a URL, and then there's going to be different ones for, the URL stays the same, but the alerts, you can change them whatever you want. This is our brand new alerts page, and you can set the alert to be on the left side, the image on the left or the right, the text or under. You can click on the image that you want it to be. Say I want this little Geek Domo here, and hit update. And now when all I got to do is up at the top, I say test. I'll move this off to the side here. Hit test.
Excuse me, Geeky Domo. A new subscriber is incoming.
Yes.
Welcome to the Demo.
There we go. Well, sorry about that. I forgot that one was really loud and too late. I can't stop it once it starts. But that's why you can test out how it's gonna look. Let's see, we'll put the little badger up, and we'll test this one. Oh, I hit it. That's why it's not showing. There it goes. There it goes. All right, so that's how you set up your alerts. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts, font size, and a lot of different animations going in and out. It's just a brand new interface for this. We're going to be cleaning this up even more at some point in next couple months. Probably we're going to totally redo our alerts one way or the other. We're going to figure out a better way to make them function and all that. So for now, though, this is the way it works. There's also Gamewisp alerts are on there as well. So now we have Gamewisp alerts, resub alerts, and then the media library is how you upload images to our media library. We have a total storage of 30 megabytes, and most of these things shouldn't be big anyway because you're displaying them on a web page. So we've had some people have issues where they upload like a 30 megabyte GIF, and it's really slow. Every time it goes to play, if it even plays, it's super slow. And you got to realize that page now has to download 30 megabytes. This is basically a website that's on OBS or XSplit. And every time you go and display 30 megabyte, you basically imagine if you go to a website page and you had to wait for 30 megabyte image to download, you're like, wow, that takes a long time. You understand why it takes so long for something to display. So there's a free website out there called GIF Optimizer. Easy GIF. So I use this one called Easy GIF. All right, so say you find a really great GIF you want to use, you can just upload it here, and this thing will optimize it and take it from say 15 megabytes down to 5 megabytes, and then it will look almost identical. You won't be able to even see the difference usually. And once you get it down, 3-4 megabyte, it should pop right up or smaller. Snake, mushroom. Okay, so recommend that for those of you guys who are trying to figure out why your 20, 30 megabyte GIF is taking so long to load. So that's how I do alerts, events. So this is the events right here. And these are our bars, basically. And people like to have bars that show up on the screen. You can have a certain number of bars that show up. And they look just like this. And then, right now I set it to 4. And then the 5th one, it pushes it up. Now, this right here, it says Geek Dome subscribe. Yeah, it's just for testing purposes. You'll see stuff that's here that just doesn't make any sense that somebody just tipped 5. This is just for testing. It's all for layout. So all you do for this is there's a URL button here. Anything that you can put on your overlay on OBS or XSplit or whatever you're using Game Show, you're going to need the URL for it if it's a browser source. So you click on that button here. All of our pages that have this little URL tucked to the side because you really don't want to share that. It's not like anything bad's going to happen. It's just, you don't want to share it off with too many people. So we kind of made it really tiny and small, so you're not going to accidentally show the whole world. It's not, like I said, if anybody gets it, all that's going to happen is they're going to be able to see your alerts. Like, does that really matter that much? No, but all you do to add it, at least this is OBS multi-platform here. You open up browser source, and we're going to call this new one events. Okay, and then we're going to drop in the URL here. You can also resize it however you like. And so this is the events, and there we got followers. You can test it. You see it moving up on the screen there. I have mine set to 4 now, so I have to update it so that it'll show 4 before it. There it goes. Now it's going to show 4. And then on the 5th one, it'll push it up. just like that. And so, people like to put these kind of things off to the side. So there you go. That's what events are. So that's on-screen events. Alerts are the alerts, the little animated things that pop up. The events are the on-screen bars. We also have polls as well. Same deal with a poll. So we'll add a new one here. We'll call this new browser source poll. Okay. And question is, let's see, do you like BraneBot? And then answer yes, no. Okay. Okay, and you can change here. I'll show you how you set it up here. You can change the colors. You can say yes will be maybe a bright yellow, and no can be a purple, and monkey can be pink. Okay. And what's nice is you can go into test mode, hit on, and hit, wait, first off, I have to get the URL for this because I didn't put it in there. Okay. We're going to do the same thing we did before. This one we might want to go a little bit bigger, so we'll do 1920 by 1080, and we'll just resize it like that. Hit OK. What did I do? Might be nice with a 1080. That's better. Okay. And then you go to test mode. Thanks for the follow, the Holy Bow. So you start poll. And so this is what it does. And in real time on the screen, you can have the poll running. And it normally wouldn't be doing back and forth like this. But this is just so you can see what the layout is, how big you want it. You can put it where you want on the screen, wherever you want to put your polls. It's really nice because I know a lot of people use straw poll, but this is real time. And you can see the results, and they can too on the screen about what the answers are, instead of straw poll being, an external website you have to go to. This one right in chat, they can type in 1, 2, or 3. So 1 would be for yes, 2 for no, 3 for monkey. And then just stop the poll. And it fades away. So that is how that works. Next thing, final thing for on-screen is we have the spinner. Let me get the URL for this. I'll copy it now so I can do it in a second, to show it in a second. All right. So the spinner is a lot of fun. You can turn the sound on or off. So spinners are great if you want to give your audience like a multiple random chance of doing something. You're playing a game, and in the game you can either go north, south, east, or west. So you could just put in here north, south, east, west, up, or down. And you're like, well, I don't know, guys, which way should we go? And everyone's like, I don't know, let's go this way. And you're like, well, let's leave it up to chance. So we can use this here and just hit the spinner button. Let's see, I got to make a new one. Give me a second. We're adding these all real time here while we're talking. So new browser source, we'll call it a spinner. Hit OK. And we'll pop this one in here. Now this one actually has a specific size. That is 870 by 870. So this uses our game engine, which runs Duel. All right, so that we'll put here, and then hit start spinner, and there it goes. And then in the chat, there's a time delay. So we're gonna go east. We left it up to chance. We're gonna go east. You have a total of 10 choices you can put up there. It'll stay there the entire time until you hit clear spinner. But it'll also pop up in chat. So in chat, it'll say spinner result east. And it's a good 30 to 40 seconds after the result comes up on the screen. So by the time it gets out to most people, either they'll see it first. They should see it before they see it in chat. But if they don't actually see it on the screen, they can still get it in the chat. All right. So that's a lot of fun. Now that thing there, the spinner is not available on the mod mode, but the polls are. So This is the poll I just got through making, and from the viewer portal, the mods can actually run this. So I could be like, "Hey mods, I'm doing this here. Could you guys do a real quick poll to find out which way people want to go next?" And they can come in here and go, "Which way, guys?" And we can say north, if I can spell right, south, east, west. Okay. And then they can actually start the poll here from the back end. Okay. And there it goes, north, south, east, and west. Now, I want you to notice one cool thing that popped up. We're going to talk a little bit about the viewer portal as a whole in just a second, but if you noticed, it turned green up here. That's because we have the poll right here, and it opened up on the back end. So your viewers can vote here without ever voting on the screen itself. Like you know what? I don't want all that chat spam. It's too spammy. I got a lot of people watching. You can still do the polls. Just send them over to the viewer portal, and then they can vote here. Like, I want to go east. Okay? And people can either vote on the viewer portal, or they can vote in the chat. You can see after they voted back here, they can't click again. So they can't change their vote. Just like they can't in the chat. And so if you notice on the screen, we have north and east has been selected. And then the admins, when the poll is over, they can stop the poll. And the result was 1 for south and 1 for east, which is, we'll go southeast, I guess. All right, so that's how all that on-screen stuff works. Now, there's 2 other things I wanted to talk about that are games that we're going to be showing right now, which is the Roulette. Roulette on the back end is pretty bland. Okay, basically it says the runtime is going to be 5 minutes, and we can start a roulette from back here, and that's it. So we'll go ahead, we're going to start it, but let me show you what happens on the viewer portal. This is where it's a lot of fun. The viewer portal, you can see this one just popped up, and it shows that this one's green, which means the roulette is running. And I have 259,344 XP to play with because I'm the streamer and I never bet on my own stuff. So what you can do is you can, on the viewer portal, your viewers can actually bet by popping the chips on the board. Okay? And so in 5 minutes, this is going to spin. And actually, can I manually make it spin, streaming?
Roulette? No, it's on the timer. You
so
can't.
It's on 5 minutes. So we'll come back to that in a couple minutes then. We don't have it on the stream yet, do we? At some point, we're going to have the wheel itself spin. We're going to do that.
Yeah, the wheel on the viewer portal spins. So we were going to let the streamer kind of put that same wheel on the stream was the idea. Yeah,
we're going to have this wheel, and you'll see when it does spin, you'll see the ball spins counterclockwise to the wheel, and then it's going to drop in. And you'll be able to see what won. So this wheel will be you can put it on the stream if you would like. So it also lets people know that the roulette is open. All right, so we'll go back to that in just a minute. The other thing I was going to show you guys is on dueling. So I'm glad there's some people watching because we can put the Duel up on the screen. Duel is our first iteration with our game engine, and we have some more games coming soon. We're working on another one that we've had for quite a while, which used to be called Pug Racing. We're going to be bringing back a new kind of version of that, and very excited to get working on that. As well, because I think we've got Duel sorted out a lot more than we used to. It works a lot better. Stringman, what'd you do with today's patch, Stringman? For Duel.
For Duel?
Yeah.
I put in a bet window so you can adjust how long people can bet, because a lot of people were saying I think it was 15 or 20 seconds, and it was a little too quick before. Mm-hmm. I gotta remember myself. I gotta look at the patch notes.
There's a lot of stuff. You did a big patch today.
Oh yeah. Oh, the dual names. People with very long Twitch names. It wasn't showing.
Oh, Big Welsh Mac used to get cut off. Yeah.
Yeah, it would cut them off. Oh, the saving should be working now. So you can actually go to the viewer portal, select your character, and whenever you duel, it should use that character. It should save that as your character.
I'm gonna go with Deputy Dog.
Yeah. Now for the streamer, it's done on the streamer page.
Right, but I was gonna say, which one does it pick?
Yeah,
is it gonna pick the one from The viewer portal for me or the streamer page?
For you, it'll pick the one from the streamer page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll pick the one from the streamer page. What else did I fix? There was an issue with the betting and how much currency for the duel was, it let people go negative.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was an issue that we found where if you were running like another bet and then you started duel, the two betting would kind of corrupt each other because it uses like the same betting system as everything else. So now they should be, exclusive. Yeah.
All right, is the duel? Oh, you guys started the duel up before I actually got a chance to put it in as a CLR window. All right, we got 2 minutes left on the roulette. So when this duel is over, we could try another one. I just want to show you guys how it works. Also, as you can see in the back here, we have roulette is open, and once duel gets open, you'll see that here. And of course, this is one of the best things for streamers right here. While we're waiting for the roulette to start up, is one of the biggest issues we get is, dude, I've got 1,000 people on my channel. I want to do a giveaway, but I don't want all that giveaway spam. If you send them to the viewer portal, they can come in here and they can see what is being given away. They can just click the button here. I'll start a giveaway up. It's just gonna be a fake giveaway. Let's see, games giveaway, and we're gonna just start it up. Start, and you see it's a keyword, right? All the person has to do is come here and say, oh, there's a keyword, enter. Oh, I can't follow myself. All right, but you guys can see it. Basically, what will happen is it'll say you're entered, and it'll gray this out, and they can't enter again. So, all right, here we go.
Oh, and also, what's actually nice about this, I want to expand this, but if you have the viewer portal open and you win the giveaway, it will show you the code.
Yeah, I'll show you the code. So if you
There's no way to go back and check previous ones, which I want to put on this interface. But if you do have it open at the time, it will show you what you've won.
As the streamer, if you're doing the giveaway, you can put the code in here. This right here, and then when it's over, they can hit. You can hit. It'll be done. You can click their name, and it'll go over there. Hold on. So go to the the roulette spin. It went 1 minute left. Okay, good. I was like, is it over? I'll put some. Oh, it's closed. Did it go? I tell you what. Let's do roulette 1. That'd be a little easier.
I think it forces a minimum of 5.
Oh, it does. Shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to show people the animation. It's really cool. The thing spins around and everything. Okay. Well, anyway, point is that this is sort of like the games place back here, and you can play games back there. All right. So is Duel ready to go? Should be.
If somebody tried starting it before you had it up, you might have to hit the reset button on it and refresh it.
That's just on this, just the eyeball, right? Duel. It says Duel version 1.0 or 0.1a up at the top. How about Duel Super String Man? You do not have it. You don't?
Ansky took all my XP. I kept losing it with Duel.
Oh my god. How about 100? Okay, I'll do 100. It doesn't look like it's working.
Yeah, I mean, if it takes a couple seconds sometimes. I don't know. I'm not sure like what order you kind of like put it up and everything. It should be okay, but
yeah. Well, it's been working all fine all along. I might have set this up all cockeyed.
Yeah, you did it quickly. Other people after the patch, other people have been playing Duel all morning. So.
Yeah, I was playing it too, so it's fine. It's okay. But anyway, so that's how you. Hey DJ, that's how you do that. All right, so viewer portal. Jukebox. Let's go over the viewer portal. Like a lot of people don't even know we have this, and it's kind of sad because we worked really hard in both the layout and just the functionality and everything to get this to work. And it's great. I understand a lot of people don't like third-party stuff. I get that, and that may be why a lot of streamers don't even mention it to their viewers. You're like, well, I don't want to send them off somewhere else. But remember, they can still watch you full tilt. Like. If you send, I got to reiterate this. Some people, I've heard from a streamer or two that said, I don't want to send people to viewer portal because I lose a viewer. No, This window right here is the Twitch window, and this is the Twitch chat. While they're on the viewer portal, they are still counted as a viewer. That you lost nobody. Okay, and they can access so much stuff over here, like statistics, and we have a calendar that's coming soon. But anyway, the Jukebox is nice here. This is the playlist. They can buy a song over here and purchase it, and then it goes into the playlist or into the current queue. Social questing is going to be coming soon, which basically you're giving them XP or whatever for tweeting, Facebook or YouTube. That kind of stuff is coming. They can donate to you here. You know, they can right here if you just want to have them do this. They can make an anonymous donation. The shop is going to be here. That's coming very soon. We're almost done with that. Statistics they can check. Also, they can highlights. We're going to have the highlight system at some point put in. So they get a lot of bonuses from being back here. What I'm trying to say, and the least of which is for giveaways. Giveaways, the games is probably the best because they close this up here. They can do roulette. They can bet. They can enter a giveaway. They can also do the polls, or they can select their dual character right here while they're watching you. So instead of them spamming up your chat, they can sit back here and they can bet on the board. And in the chat, all they really can do is bet on like red 3. But back here, they can go, I'm going to put 100 chips on black 13, and I'll put 1,000 on red 21, and that kind of thing. So there you go. You'd like to see these new games on these games are on BraneBot. Like this is on right now. It's already here. All you got to do is go to brainbot.com/geekdomo for me. But for any of your favorite streamers, anybody who uses BraneBot, like
I believe he said new games.
Oh, new games. I'm sorry, I misread it. Yeah, new games are it's my 25th.
We're working on them.
They're coming. So Jesus, Tangent has a lot of stardust. But yeah, any streamer that you follow uses BraneBot, like Ansky, me, Bad News Baron, any of these guys that I follow that uses BraneBot, it puts them over here on the list. And you can just scroll down through, and there's Eat My Diction or Game, EM StarCraft. All these guys use BraneBot to some extent. Now you might go over there and be like, you might not see some of the features. Like, wait, it says you're using BraneBot. How come it doesn't work? Well, sometimes streamers like other bots for other things, and they'll use us for maybe just statistics analysis or something. All right, so that's that. So real quick before we finish up, we're almost hit the hour exactly. Streaming, do you want to go through? Let's do the Twitter, the new Twitter thing.
Yeah, we can. I did find I think a little bit of bug with it, but I think we can still show something.
Okay.
So let me. Hey, why don't you vamp for like 3 minutes?
Vamp out.
Give it.
You want me to do like Vogue or something like that?
Yeah, sing.
Okay, I'm not going to sing. A couple other things. I guess we can talk about this while he's still getting that sorted. We have giveaway, right? We talked about giveaway. Everyone knows that. When the giveaway is over, you get the person's name will pop up here. I'll also show the key. You click their name, and it goes directly to Twitch email system, and you can give them the key right through that. So you just click their name, highlight the key, click their name, go over there, drop it off, done. Auctions, what those are for is, say you're giving away a $300 video card, and you just don't want to give it away as a random chance. You can make an auction, and that way it's whoever has the most XP or channel currency and however much they want to bet into it, they win. Like they have the most, so they automatically win. But they might not be there. So you might be like, oh, this guy, he's going to win. It doesn't matter. It's still meant for, it's an auction. So, and it gives a countdown after it's up to 5 minutes. High bid to close time is 5 minutes for me. I can set this down to 1 minute. So after 1 minute, if nobody's bid after 1 minute, it goes going once, going twice, sold, and it gives the person's name who won. So that's how auctions work. Betting. We can say the option. I could say who's the strongest, Super Streamer or Orbrack, and I hit open bet, and then it'll put it in the channel, and then you could say maybe not who's the strongest. Best used for this would be you're making a chance bet. So will Geek Domo die during the next phase of this mission? It could be yes or no. So what I would do is I'd put on here, so cancel bet. I could put yes, no. Okay, now if we open bet, and that way everybody in the channel could type in exclamation point bet 1 for yes, 500. That means they put 500 XP in for option 1. If they think I'm not gonna die, they would put in exclamation point bet 2 500. That put 500 that I'm not going to die. Now, when it's all done, we say close bet. Okay? The close bet will stop the bet. And then I pick the winner because I did make it through. I did not die. So the answer would be no. Because, yeah, I did not die. So I pick that as a winner. Now, everybody who bet that in the channel will get paid out that. And then there's also a house cut down here, which takes a little bit more money out. So basically, if you want take a little bit out of this is a good way to kind of skim off the top. You know, your economy is getting out of whack. Just do some more bets. And while the betting is going, it also shows up on the BraneBot viewer portal in the back there. So the viewer portal also gets that. All right, how you doing, streaming? You ready?
Yeah, I think so. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Make and we'll show this in the code for people. Right. Make a command.
All right.
That's just exclamation point C.
The letter C, as in Charlie.
Yep. Okay. No, and you can let everybody do it. But yeah, no output or anything. Just a command called exclamation point C. So
all right, guys. Well. What we're going to be showing you now is the advanced API that we've been working on. And if you guys are programmers out there, this is fantastic. So we're going to make the command exclamation point C. That's it, right?
Yeah, exclamation point C. Yep.
Okay. Save change. Okay. And then what is it?
All right. I'm gonna send you the thing right now.
All right.
On Discord. And you can show people just don't show people the token file, but you can show people the zip if you want. Okay.
So how these mods work, guys, is it's going to take programming on your part. It's going to be using the BraneBot API and using all of the data that BraneBot has for different things. Like you're going to be able to check a person's followers. You'll be able to see if somebody just subscribed. And some of you guys might not get what this is for, and that's fine. But this is really advanced, and it allows people to almost write their own bot using us to do all the legwork. Like we've already done all the hard stuff, and you guys could almost write another bot right on top of ours. For your own channel with your own fancy stuff in it. So this one is explain what this one's going to do, streaming, and I'll set the CLR to point to it.
There's two things. So, well, the first one is just to commit the exclamation point C. So you create the command, right? And you can write code that responds to the command. So the way the little template is, you go into that process.js file. We'll show a tiny bit of code. Go to the process, open it with Notepad.
Okay, hold on. All right.
You got it open?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't see your screen, so.
That's fine. I got it open.
Okay, so at the very top, just taking a look at it, at the very top, all the way towards the top, you'll see a little bit of JavaScript here. So the idea is that you see the command coming in called exclamation point C, and then you can do whatever you want with it. So this is a simple example, but it won't work yet, guys, until he opens it up.
Yeah, hold on a second. It hasn't not opened yet.
Basically, you can see here, you can do it as a bbcommands.chat, which basically says, hey, send this back to chat. And what's cool about this is that you're not writing multiple bots, and like if you wrote your own bot, it would have to have a separate account. This would all output through your main bot. So it looks like it's all coming from the same bot, right? So go ahead and, Demi, you can just open that. You can either do a browser source, or you really can just open it in a browser window. Just double click the HTML file.
The test API?
Yeah, because that just gets it running.
Okay. Now what?
So
now they type in C?
Now they should be able to type an exclamation point C. I should say should. Yeah, see, and now I typed it in, and it just spit it back out.
Thanks for the test, but it doesn't do it. It doesn't have an output on the test API though.
On the screen, no.
Okay.
No, on the screen, this one doesn't. So that's the idea that you can have a command come through and do whatever you want with it. So, for instance, you could send it to the chat. There's a command for editing somebody's points. You could, again, for those of you programmers out there, you can say, "Oh, I get this trigger. I could show a GIF, right? I mean, just put this in the HTML as a browser source, right?" So you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, anything you can do with JavaScript and CSS, you can do with this, right? So it's just a matter of we give you the events that come through, right? And you can push back certain things to our side. If you scroll down, now this one I'm still kind of debugging and playing with a little bit.
Okay.
But if you scroll down to, you'll see process Twitter.
Process Twitter, yep.
Yeah, so for instance, like this one is kind of cool because looking at that Twitter feed, you can actually pull in a filter for Twitter, right? So this is something we added. It monitors Twitter through their streaming system. And basically right now, if it were working, it might be, we can try it. If somebody tweets what you set for your Twitter feed, it should show up on the actual tab, right? So, for instance, go back to your go back to your Twitter feed under your account settings.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing with the back end, so I might have cleared your settings. So go ahead and put in a mention.
For Geek Domo or BraneBot?
I wasn't sure some was working. Just try Geek Demo.
All right, Geek Domo, okay.
And
update.
We shall see.
And open up the API again?
Well, you already have it open.
Yeah, the test API? Yeah.
Yeah, so just go back to that browser window.
Okay.
Right. Now, in theory, like I said, guys, it just came out this morning, and we're still like playing around with it. In theory, you did Geek Demo, right?
Yep, at Geek Domo, yeah.
Yeah, let's see if it worked. Now, in theory, on that browser window, if it's working anyway, anybody who mentions Geek Domo, it would output the actual tweet right here. Okay.
It didn't do it, but I could.
Did it come? Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're still debugging. This is totally brand new.
Yeah.
The Twitter one was definitely added. The rest of the API works, but the Twitter one is really, really in beta. So now, if you take a look, if you open that file back up, you can kind of see all these process commands.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote these as a template for people. So really, all you have to do is open up this file, if you know JavaScript, and just go to the proper commands. So each of those process commands gives you an idea of what comes through, right? So a tip, follow, host, Gamewisp, sub, etc. So those are all the events right now that come through that you can work with.
I got a question real quick. Sorry. From OC Engineer, does it only parse the command, or does it receive the full chat all the time and just triggers only command locally?
Yeah, I was going to actually just about to respond to that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it triggers if you'll see all these things like subs, resubs, whatever, they come through. For the commands, it only pushes through commands that you create. It does not push through all the chat, mainly for bandwidth reasons. Because if we push through all the chat, everybody's streaming big streams. I mean, it would just be we're just re-pushing all chat, which would be a bit much. So it only pushes through the commands, and that's why Domo went in and added that !C command. What it does do is it does filter. So for instance, if it made a moderator only command, it would only push through the API if a moderator typed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, engineer. Yeah, that's exactly right. It only when triggered properly. Yeah, you're not filtering all the chat, doing all that. I try to make it at least somewhat easy to process the commands and the various events. So this is really cool. I mean, I really think we're going to do a lot with this. I'm personally going to write a bunch of mods because I can write these actually very quickly versus putting them in the actual bot itself and just kind of put them out there for people to play with. What I think is really cool, I guess this is the last thing. What I think is really cool is all the streaming software, they all support WebGL, like Duel, right? So I don't know if anybody saw the example. I actually made a 3D, it typed out 3D text, spun it in circles, whatever, just based on somebody typing in a command, right? So you could do full 3D WebGL stuff, based on commands, which I think, is pretty neat. Because again, you can't do that with, other systems because you can only customize the CSS. The fact that you can put all the JavaScript and everything in here now means you really can do whatever you want. And I know a lot of streamers, they have people that are programmers who like help them with CSS or help them with JavaScript. So if any of you out there have viewers who are programmers who are interested in helping you, have them contact me, because we're not going to require everybody get the subscription if they just want to write mods, right? So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to manually take a look. If you are not a streamer, and you can do programming, we'll give you access to the API. But we'll be checking the history to see that, like, if you're streaming a lot, we got to turn it off, unfortunately. But if you're not a streamer and you want to develop the API, you want to put some mods up, you want to develop it for your favorite streamer, or you streamers, somebody who can say, oh, I can make this cool alert for you. Just let me know. We really want to get this out there for people to check it out.
So we want to mention that we have a brand new website that's going to be opening up very soon. And you guys will be able to send your viewers there to bet on skins for BraneBot, and so there's a chance that you could probably make millions of dollars if you did that.
I would say at least millions.
At least the millions. No, but seriously, we are going to have a mod site coming up pretty soon, and we're gonna. If you guys are authors, let us know. We'll give you an account there. You can. It's going to be more like a blog in a way. You'll put up your mod, what it does, maybe a little video or a description of what the mod does, and then people will be able to upvote it and actually get the code right there to copy paste from. So that will be very soon, probably in the next week or so. We should have that ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, as a programmer, I'm obviously pretty excited for this, but I think once a lot of people we get a few mods out there, people kind of try them and kind of they do what they want. Like, for example, one of the first mods I want to do is some chat games, right? Mm-hmm. So, we can make a game called, Steel, and you could customize it and run it in chat, and, it'll do various things, and people could enter in the Steel system. And, I'm going to try and write, little chat games real quick and show people, how fast you could write a little chat game yourself to do anything you want. But yeah. So I think once people try them out, we'll start seeing how powerful this can be.
All right. Well, is there any questions you guys have in chat right away? At this point, we'll just end the stream in just a minute. If you guys don't have any pressing questions, I want to kind of put this up on our YouTube channel as a guide for people who are just checking out BraneBot and want to see what things it can do, or how to even just get it set up. Because one of the biggest issues that we bump into is a lot of people are like, I don't know how to set this up. It's so confusing. And we point them to the old tutorial, but the old tutorial is old. It doesn't have the newer interface stuff on it. And people are like, it doesn't match, and so I can't do it. So, but yeah. Anybody have any pressing questions or want to ask us anything? Go ahead. If not, we'll stop it here. Oh, by the way, little plug. Make sure you guys join our Discord, because there's somebody over there all the time. Usually we can get minor stuff sorted out there. If you have a real support question, support.brainbot.com is open all the time, and you can write a support ticket over there and send it in. We'll get to it as quickly as we possibly can.
Yeah, we have Trello as well, where people can put bugs in, vote on features. The voting is really go in there, and if you see something you like, go vote for it. So that's one of the best ways we can see that people want something.
Yeah, let me show right Trello real quick on here, because people are like, what are you talking about Trello? Trello is a great tracker, and I've actually seen really large companies using Trello. I was looking the other day from a game developer who uses Trello as well. So this is Trello. You can come in here and you can write a request. Say, I would really like to see something like Discord integration. Somebody wrote this one up, and all it says is Discord integration. And you can come in and you can say, I think that's, once you sign up, well, you can come in and say, that's fantastic. You can vote on it. And then when we come in to figure out what's our next thing we really need to focus on, we look down the list here and we see, okay, it looks like the most amount of votes is on Discord integration. So this is probably one that we'll focus on next. Or maybe, let's see what some of the other ones down here. There's create a leaderboard queuing system for Duel that can be shown on screen. We actually have a leaderboard in our on the viewer portal. We just don't have it turned on right now. But see, that's how we figure out what we want to put in next, or what we can put in next, is we kind of sort these out and set these up. So if you want to look for Trello, just go to our Discord and there's a link for Trello right there. Yes, and Superstringman or myself, we will take bribes if you really want a feature to come out faster. Or so you can send me a really nice CSGO skin, something worth $4,000 or $5,000, and then we'll put that. Also, yes, it also says targeted for next patch. So right here, unable to view sliders and features of some pages due to the screen resolution being too small. We have seen that one quite a bit, and so that one got moved over for next patch. And as we go, we'll take these things over, and we'll pop it in for the next patch, and we'll say, yep, you guys won't be able to do this, or I'm an admin here, but most people can come in here and at least put in a note, and then we can vote on it. Or Brack will take less bribes. He will take naked pictures, though. You're going to send him some of those. So, all right. That looks good, guys. So any other stuff, please hit us up on Discord. I will have this video up as soon as I possibly can. We'll put it on our BraneBot YouTube page, and we can refer people to it. I'm going to try to put a little menu on the side, too, so people can speed ahead to the good parts of the video that they want to find out a particular feature for. All right, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll try to make more of these a little sooner. What we were holding out for, first off, we wanted to wait for PAX East, and that came and went. Then there was like a new feature, like, well, let's make the tutorial after we get that feature put in. And then we put the feature in, and then it's like, wait, we got another one. And so it just kept getting pushed back farther and farther. I'd like to do this at least once a month from this point on. Twitch, the Discord link on the Twitch panel is invalid. For me? I don't know. Or BraneBot. All right, we'll get that sorted. But thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you all very soon. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you over on the BraneBot page. Have a good day. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.